As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. The power of your mindset cannot be overemphasized. How you think, what you believe is what will manifest in your life. We all see life from different perspectives based on our upbringing, our experiences. Every day we make money decisions, what to buy, what to spend money on, how to make money. And if there's something wrong with your perspective or your decision-making process, then all the money decisions that you're making will ultimately end up wrong. There are certain mindsets that if you have those mindsets and you continuously make money decisions with those mindsets, they will keep you poor. And it is especially important to be aware of those mindsets if you are someone that came from humble backgrounds where you are not necessarily rich or you don't have a lot of money, and right now you are trying to build a rich, wealthy life. If you are not careful, these mindsets could be what is keeping you poor. As someone myself who came from a middle-class family, and I've had the opportunity to expand my career, earn multiple six figures in different currencies, I know from experience that some of these mindsets can be very limiting when it comes to the possibilities that you can achieve for yourself, what your money potential can be. And that's why in this video, I'm going to share with you 9 poverty mindsets that you need to eradicate from your mind if you want to make wealth. The first mindset is buying cheap things to save money today that will cost you more in the future in the name of being frugal. I have nothing against frugality. For me, the proper idea of frugality is living below your means and not spending everything you earn. That makes sense. But if in the name of frugality, you are going cheap on things that, if you are not careful, will cause you to spend more later, then that is a poverty mindset. And a very good example of this is mattress. Most mattresses, at least in the United States, cost a lot of money. Very good mattresses can cost as high as $5,000, $4,000, right? But if you go on Amazon, you will see mattresses on Amazon that cost like $300 and $400. It is penny wise, pound foolish for you to buy a $300 mattress on Amazon, and then fast forward 1 or 2, 3 years into the future, you're having to spend thousands of dollars on physical therapy, on a chiropractor, because you're dealing with back pain. The cheap bed will save you money right now. Yes, you spent $400 on a mattress instead of spending $5,000. But later on in the future, this is going to impact you. A bad bed can affect your quality of sleep, of which if you're not getting enough sleep, you are probably not going to be able to be productive at work either. If you're not productive at work, that can have far-reaching consequences like affecting promotions, which would definitely affect your income. Instead of this mindset, a better mindset to have when it's time to make large purchases is to think about the value per use of that item. So back to the mattress example. Let's say the mattress you are buying costs you $4,000 right now to buy, but that mattress, you will use that mattress for, let's say, the next 4 years. If you divide the value of the mattress by the number of days you're going to use this mattress, the value of the mattress actually should be around $3 per day. Now, use that metric to decide if that item is worth purchasing. So, is this mattress worth $3 per day? Is $3 per day too much money to spend on a mattress? Most likely not. Then it makes sense to go ahead and buy it. Another example as well is with clothing, right? Summer is coming, I'm already preparing my summer wardrobe. And when I'm shopping for summer clothes, it's okay to go cheap on clothes that I know I would use for just one season. For 3 months of summer, I'm going to wear a particular shoe, right? It's okay to go very cheap on that. But when I want to buy a coat for work that I know I would wear every day in the winter season, then buying a high value item, irrespective of the price, makes more sense. Of course, live below your means, but stop being cheap on things that have far-reaching impact and that will cost you more negatively in the future. The second poverty mindset that you need to eradicate is seeking validation through money. Many people who are caught in poverty traps see money as the reward of labor and use money to try to gain validation from people who they want to feel better than. It's what you call keeping up with the Joneses. If you have this mindset, every time you make money, your first thought, the first thinking that comes to your mind will be, how can I reward myself? So you work hard at the end of the month, you get your paycheck, and the first thing you're thinking about is, great, how can I take myself out, buy myself XYZ thing because I worked so hard and I deserve it. Yes, you worked hard. Yes, you deserve it. But your actual wealth is not how much money you made, but how much money you keep at the end of the day. So you could work every day and earn $10,000 per month. But if you spend $10,000 per month, at the end of the month, you're actually worth zero. So your true net worth, if you're trying to build wealth, the true net worth is what you keep, what you invest, what you put to work for you. That is your true net worth. A better alternative is to understand that money is an instrument. Money is a tool. Money is not just supposed to be consumed. Money is supposed to be used. And yes, you are working hard, but the value of your hard work is so that someday in the future you can work less. If you consume everything that you make today, in the future you will consistently have to work as hard as you're working now or harder than you're working right now. And I speak more about the true meaning of wealth and understanding money in another video that I made. I will link that up here if you want to learn more about this mindset. The third poverty mindset that you need to eradicate is hating on rich people. This is very common, and you know if you have this mindset when, let's say you're on a flight and you see people in first class and your first thought is, why are they so proud? Like, what's wrong with them? They did not do anything to you. Why the hate? Or you see somebody on Instagram and the person is talking about, their trip to Santorini. Maybe last week they were in Santorini, this week they're in Japan, the next week they are in Fendi store and they're shopping. If the feeling that you get immediately you see all that is one of hate, like they're doing too much, and you want to be rich, you need to check that, because you cannot have what you look down on. What you do not like, you cannot have. Our brains have evolved to keep us safe, to keep us in our comfort zone. So if every time you see people that have something that you do not have, your first thinking is one of hate, just negative vibes towards them, the likelihood of you becoming rich and having those things is very, very slim. A better alternative is to remember that you are the average of the closest 5 people to yourself. And it doesn't mean that you need to go out and get rich friends, but every time you open social media, you are outside on the road and you see rich people in their BMWs, in their Lamborghinis, just have positive thoughts towards them. Turn the feeling you have into what we call good envy. Good envy is like, oh, I see that you have these nice things, I desire it, and I know it will happen for me one day. I personally do not have any designer item, but I desire it. So anytime I go on social media and I see all these influencers and they are buying their Prada bags and they are shopping, I don't scroll away. I stay on the video and I watch it. And as I watch it, I'm telling myself that one day, very soon, I will be in this same position. And I wish them well. I laugh at their videos. I wish them well because I desire it. So you cannot attract, just remember that you cannot attract what you speak against. You cannot attract what you hate. So if you want to be rich, stop hating on rich people. The fourth poverty mindset that you need to eradicate is being too prideful to learn how to make money. Have you ever seen somebody that does not know what they're saying, doesn't have any money, but the person is full of so much pride? And you're like, you could learn from this person, you could get a job, you could do XYZ, but the person's like, that's beneath me, Website design is beneath me. Editing YouTube videos is beneath me. Being a content creator is beneath me. Everything, driving Uber is beneath me. Your brain is evolved, it's socialized to keep you comfortable. So what that means is that whatever level of wealth that you have now, that's basically what your brain is comfortable with. If you are going to make more money, you are going to have to let go of the pride. You're going to have to recognize that that pride is actually your brain just protecting your ego. And there's a fantastic book about this that I think you should read if you struggle with this. It's titled Ego is the Enemy. I'll make a short summary of that book on this channel very soon. But if you want to make more money, you need to understand that you need to learn something different. The first law of thermodynamics says that an object will continue in the path that it has set itself on, except it is being acted upon by an external force. So if you continue the way you are going, if you continue with your current habits, if you continue with your current knowledge, you will continue to produce the same result. If you want to make more money, if you want to increase your net worth, make 6 figures, 7 figures, 8 figures, you have to learn something different. And to learn something different, you have to have a growth mindset. And you need to have the humility to ask people for help. You need to have the humility to learn, to take courses, to watch YouTube videos. And sometimes you may find people who are younger than you, whose way of life you may not agree with, but those people have figured out a way right, to succeed in a career, to succeed in something that is working for them and they are creating value with that, you need to learn to humble yourself to learn. And sometimes this learning may not even be learning to increase your income. It could be you need to learn to dress better. You need to learn how to invest. Let's say what you need to learn is how to invest, how to save or invest your money. And you know somebody in your life, maybe an uncle, somebody that is doing better than you. The person may be younger than you. You may not agree with the person's quality of life, but the humility to go back and ask the person for help is something that you need to have. I was reading the biography of Elon Musk, and one thing that I found to be very inspiring about his life is that in many of the fields in which he started businesses that we know today, X, Tesla, SpaceX, he was not trained in those fields. For example, SpaceX. If you read about the story of how Elon Musk got into SpaceX, he had just exited a company. He had a bunch of cash and he was looking for somewhere to invest it. And he heard about somebody else who had been working for many years on that technology. And he reached out to that person. He invited the person for, I think it was lunch or coffee, and he spent hours listening to that person. According to the book, he would invite the person regularly just to listen to what that person had to say about that subject. And one thing people said about him in that book was, Elon Musk is somebody that will spend hours with the best people in whatever field to try to understand, gain their knowledge, and then he will take the knowledge that he has learned and then he will find a way, to monetize that knowledge. And I'm oversimplifying the story, but the point is that someone like Elon Musk, who is a serial entrepreneur, it shows you that he's humble enough to learn, to ask questions. And I think one thing I read in the book as well was many of his employees, especially in companies like Tesla or SpaceX, he will call them and he'll ask them questions. And many of them will think that maybe like he's trying to interview them or find something wrong. But apparently they'll figure out that he's actually trying to learn from them. Many rich people are lifelong learners. Bill Gates is always publishing his list of books every year. Obama is always publishing his list of books every year. It is a poverty mindset to think that you know everything and you are above all knowledge. Stay humble. The fifth poverty mindset that you need to let go of is doing it yourself. Being a jack of all trades. And the alternative mindset you need to have is to know that time is more valuable than money. Outsource every single thing that you can afford to outsource. And a very good example of this is, again, back to frugality. If in the name of being frugal, you are spending 5 hours every weekend doing your own hair, doing your own nails, cooking your own meals, cleaning your own house, when you can afford to, go to a hairdresser, go to a nail tech, hire someone else to clean your house, then you're actually wasting money and you're not saving any money. And the best way that I like to think about this is to put value on your time. And the most straightforward way to do this is, if you are an employee, that means if you have a 9-to-5 job, how much do you get paid every month? Divide that by the number of hours in the month. That will give you what your value per hour is. Now, when next you are feeling the urge, right, to do it all yourself, to make your nails yourself, to make your hair yourself, ask yourself, is this activity, am I going to save more money than I'll spend? So let's say the value of your time is $50 per hour and you're going to spend, 5 hours making your hair. That's $250. How much is it going to cost you to pay someone else to do it? If it's going to cost you less than that to pay someone else to do it, then it makes more sense for you to spend that money and pay someone else to do it and then claim back your time. And that time that you claim back, you can use it to read a book, rest your brain so that you are recharged and you're able to be productive. You can use it to expand your network. You can use it to learn a new skill that will move you forward into creating more. And a good example of this is if you take any rich person that you know, Beyonce, Bill Gates, Elon Musk, there are some things that they don't do. I'll be very shocked if, and I don't know this, but I'll be very shocked if a documentary were to come out showing that Elon Musk, cleaned his toilet every Saturday. That would be really weird. These people have cooks, they have gardeners, they have nannies, they have assistants, they have lawyers, they have investment bankers. They have every single task that they can outsource, they outsource it because they recognize that their time is more valuable than any money that they are spending, that are trying to save by doing it all by themselves. Look at your life, look at how much you're earning, and do your best to outsource everything that you can outsource and reclaim your time. The sixth poverty mindset that is keeping you poor is seeing networking as a bad thing. Right now in my life, I am actively learning about networking because I literally spent the first 6 years of my life, of my career, just relying on my skills, relying on my ability to build financial models, to be good at my job. But I've realized that there are certain levels of wealth that you cannot actually enter into by just being good at what you do. And that's where the power of your network comes in. Do you know that everything that you need to get the life that you want is in the hands of human beings on this earth? It's not going to fall down from heaven and jump down from the sky. It is already existing on this earth. If you're an entrepreneur and you're trying to get customers, your customers are living and breathing already, on this earth. If you're even trying to get married, find someone to marry, your husband or your wife is already existing right now on this earth. What you need is someone that will connect you to that person. Connect you to an investor, connect you to a future employer, to a future spouse, to a future co-founder. Every single thing that you need is already existing right now in the hands of men. Networking is the way that value passes from one person to another person. And this is the reason why wealthy people, you find them in golf clubs every weekend. They're organizing parties in their house. They're going for their friend's uncle's birthday. They're going for their friend's niece's, baby shower. They are regularly trying to add value to people around them. It's because they recognize that your network is actually an asset. I'm still learning about networking because I'm also still trying to build my wealth and get rich. But one thing I know for sure is you cannot despise networking. You cannot despise getting to meet people that are valuable and being a valuable person yourself if you want to be rich or wealthy. Another poverty mindset that you need to eradicate is not having hope or not believing in yourself. There's a quote I love from the Bible that says that a living dog is better than a dead lion. Basically, if you are alive on this earth, there's breath in your nostrils, there's still hope for you no matter what. Hope, having a vision, having a desire is one of the most powerful forces on this earth. Again, as I said in the beginning, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Having a hope, having a vision of yourself as a rich, wealthy person living in abundance who has everything that they desire is so much powerful than any negative mindset about yourself that you can have. If you are going to be rich or wealthy, you need to invest in having a healthy self-esteem, believing in yourself, having confidence, being bold, being courageous. I don't know any timid billionaire. They may be quiet, they may be gentle, but when you get to talking to them, you see beneath them, strong sense of purpose, a strong drive, a strong view about life. If you are shy, timid, you have any form of low self-esteem, you need to find a way. There are many books about this. There are many videos about this on YouTube. There are many podcasts. Go to therapy. Do everything that you can do to raise your self-image. Because as you think about yourself in your mind is how you are showing up in the world. And if you are showing up in the world as someone that believes that they are a failure, you are carrying yourself small, you are trying to hide from the world, even when you enter rooms where you should succeed in, even when you meet people that can literally change your life and give you opportunity, your body language, the vibe, the energy that you're going to be giving off is going to be giving off, failure, I can't do this, and nobody wants to associate with that. So not believing in yourself, having a negative view about life, not having hope, losing all hope, having just negative self-talk, that's the way that you stay poor. If you want to be rich, you need to be diligent about changing your mind and having hope. Second to the last poverty mindset that you need to eradicate is having a zero-sum mindset about money. A zero-sum mindset about money basically thinks that for me to make money, somebody else has to lose money. So basically, it's like for me to make $1 million, somebody else has to lose $1 million. That's a wrong way. That's a very, very wrong way of thinking about this. And there is a very nice article by Paul Graham. I'll link it in the description. It's titled How to Get Rich, that really goes in depth about explaining this mindset. But the summary of it basically is that you need to think about wealth as a pie. and the pie can get bigger for everyone. Making money in life can be a win-win scenario. Think about it this way. Mark Zuckerberg is a billionaire. He became a billionaire by creating apps that has blessed a lot of us. And him becoming a billionaire, he did not take money out of my pocket to become a billionaire. But by creating what he has created, he has expanded the pie. So I can go on Instagram and I can become a very successful Instagram content creator. I can make money, a lot of money off what he created. And as I'm making money, he is also making money. That's the mindset that you need to have about money. And this is important because if you have a zero-sum mindset about money, you will view money negatively. You would view being ambitious, working hard to make more money as a negative thing, as a bad thing. But it's actually not a bad thing, because the more successful you are, the more you can make somebody else successful. And this applies to any profession. My YouTube channel is not monetized. For somebody else's YouTube channel that is monetized, every time I watch their video, they earn money from my view. But they are not taking money out of my pocket. If it is a very good video that blesses my life, and let's say I learn a skill from that video, I can take what they've shared in 15 minutes and I can use that knowledge to expand my income, to add more value to my life, while they also make money from my view. So everybody can win. You, the person who is being ambitious, putting yourself out there, trying to make money, you can win by making more money. And at the same time, the person that you're creating value for can also win through the value that you're creating. So making money is a win-win. Being ambitious can be a win-win, right? It's not all bad, it's not all negative. And the last poverty mindset that you need to eradicate is not having financial boundaries. Boundaries are very important. Boundaries protect the things that are important to us. If you are to give birth right now to a baby, you have a baby that was just born, it will be very irresponsible of you. And in some countries, you can go to prison for just taking your child and dropping your child on the road in cold weather without covering them with proper clothes. You can go to prison for that in some countries, like in the US where I live. Anything that is important to you, you create boundaries around it. You protect your children, you protect, your job, you protect your body, you protect things that you care about. It makes zero sense for you to not also protect your money. Having financial boundaries will keep you poor, keep you running around the same circle for years. I made a video about this last week, so I will not go in depth about that in this video. But if you do not have personal finance boundaries, you need to go and watch that video, and I'm very sure that it will be very life-changing for you. Let me know what you guys think about this mindset in the comment section below, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.